There we go. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Normandy Music Night. Another wonderful day in Bedford County, Tennessee. We're glad to see what a big crowd we have tonight. It's a wonderful crowd. Thanks for coming out and supporting the hamburger supper. Did you get a good meal out of this tonight? I'm sure you did. Yeah. Thank you to Gary Crockett. Gary always gets out there and slaves over that hot stove, you know. Now you know how us women feel, Gary. And there were a lot of ladies in the kitchen too. I didn't catch everybody that was working in there, but you ladies know who you are, and we appreciate you helping out and taking care of things. It's just such a really cool thing to see Andy Gay a few months ago, and to realize he was playing music, which I knew he would be playing music, but to realize that he was actually with a couple of guys, and they have a CD that they were putting up, and that was just really cool. And I thought, what a wonderful homecoming to do the hamburger supper and have Andy come and play for us tonight, because Andy Gay started Normandy Music Night I think we figured out it was 12 and 13 years ago. It's how I met Andy. I was coming to Normandy Music Night several years ago, about 10 years ago. I actually played Normandy Music Night one night. And, it was just a lot of fun. I met a lot of neat people and started coming to church here. And then about 5 years ago, when he moved away and went to another church, I took it on, and then here we are. But so I'm really excited to have Andy come back and visit us and play for us tonight. So without anything else to say, where's Andy?
We are all from Minville, Tennessee, down the road a bit. And Gene Maxwell is playing the guitar tonight. And Steve Phillips is going to be playing the hammered dulcimer. He'll be playing the harmonica from time to time. And we are glad to be with you this evening. The tune that we just played is a tune that we call Butterfly's Journey. We'd like to play another one for you now, and this is A Few Days Back, which happens to be the name of the CD that we have over here, A Few Days Back. And so if y'all are interested, we have some of those that are for sale tonight. You'll hear more about that later. Thank you very much.
On our CD, hang on just a minute. On our CD, I will say this, through the miracles of modern technology, you get to hear Andy play all those instruments at the same time. When we do it live, he changes from one to the other, but on the CD, you can do it all at once. So it's amazing. Steve and I have told him we'd double his pay if he'd learn to do that. So far.
He also, Gene plays the bass too.
Not very well. that one, we did not write that one. The first two we did make up, the three of us together. That one was Loch Lomond.
Yeah, that's right, Loch Lomond. That's right.
We have to do that because in Warren County, where we're from, there's this big mountain named Ben Lomond, and he's
That's
from
right.
that
People
part
get
of-
Ben and Loch mixed up.
Well,
all the
he's
time.
from there. That's why he named it there. That's why they call it that. So anyway,
I didn't.
true piece of history, man.
They even named a telephone company after
That's
it.
right.
I'll tell you how we got together. I was new in town, in McMinnville. We moved away for 4 years in Mississippi, and I love folks in North Mississippi. I'm from Memphis, and so it was in the area where I grew up. But you know, I just missed the elevation. I missed the hill. And it's so good to be back in Tennessee. We met, we just got together as much to know each other as anything else, brought our instruments together in the church fellowship hall. We all go to different churches. And just to see, I'd heard about their playing, and we got together, and Steve just started doing these things, and he was playing reels and jigs and stuff. He didn't know it. And we just started putting stuff together, and it was just one thing and another, and we just had a good time, and we're just having a good time. And, so that's kind of how we got together. But we are happy to be with you tonight. We're going to do one tonight. Now, it's one that Gene has written, and it's off an album that CD album that he has too. Okay, Gene.
Well, anyway, this is, I don't know, I picked up the guitar when I was about 13 years old, and not too long after I started taking a few lessons and learning to play, it never occurred to me that I couldn't make up my own songs, and so I did. And I guess the only reason I got away with it was because no adult told me that I couldn't, so I did.
And no adult has?
Right. Although there may be a room full here in a minute. It says I need to stop. Anyway, this song is, I guess, the idea behind it was talking about the omnipotence of God, and that being the case, that God's miracles don't cause him to break out in a sweat or a strain or anything like that. And so that's what this is about. It's called "It's All the Same to You." Your voice came like a thunderclap in the beginning of it all. So is it any wonder that you speak to me in a whisper still and small? It's all the same to you. It's all part of your plan. All the things you do, the work of your hand. Your power can part the water and turn the mud into dry land. It did not test you any harder for a woman to conceive without a man. It's all the same to you. It's all part of your plan. All the things you do, the work of your hand has made the mountains move here inside my heart. And now there's nothing left to prove, 'cause I know that's just as hard. You made a fish come pay a tax for Jesus and a friend. And then a wayward son comes back and you run to him and kiss him once again. It's all the same to you. It's all part of your plan. All the things you do, the work of your hand. It's all the same to you. It's all part of your plan. All the things I've been here once before. Andy brought us a few months ago. And that time, and I assume a lot of other times, there were like professional musicians here. And let me assure you, I am not, okay? And like I said, I started making up songs when I was a kid. And it's like my ability on this instrument went to a certain level and then stopped, but I could keep making these songs up that were above what I could play, and that's a really frustrating thing. So sometimes I can make stuff up that I can't actually play, and it may be the case on this song. This is a little instrumental I wrote about 6 years ago after my mother died, and Steve and Andy are going to play with me on this. To play it though, I have to go to this place where y'all aren't here, where Steve and Andy are, and I are in Steve's basement and we're all by ourselves. So I'll be back in just a few minutes.
We're going to do two reels for you now. Old Susanna and Blackberry Blossom.
What, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
What am I
Steve.
supposed to
You're
say?
going to sing Rooster Crows.
Oh, am I right now?
You're going to tell us something.
Okay. Well, I ought to read the chart, hadn't I?
Nah, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Can I switch this?
We need to switch
into this?
the mics.
Okay.
Oh, the wonders of technology.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now we'll have to do a little test here and see if it's working.
You're on.
Yeah, good deal. Okay. You know, I hate wearing this thing because everybody tells me I look like Britney Spears. Is that right?
Not one person has ever told me.
It's just in my head. Well, anyway, I do feel funny wearing it, but it does help me. It doesn't get in the way when I play, so that works pretty good for me. So you can hear me okay? This song is titled Rooster Crows, The Rooster Crows, and I wrote it. It's about, I'm always reminded of Peter and how much he just struggled, you know. He wanted to serve the Lord so bad, and then he took his eyes off of him, and then he sunk like a rock out there. And I'm always amazed that he performed a miracle. He was able to walk on water. And I don't know of anybody other than Jesus that walked on water, but he did it. And that's because he was focused on Jesus, and then he just went when Jesus called him out there, and then he went and he walked. And then all of a sudden he started to look around him and see what was happening around him, and he took his eyes off of him, and he sunk like a rock. And the great news is that, you know, he just cried out, and then Jesus just lifted him out of the water and saved him. And I remember when Peter denied Jesus 3 times, and Jesus told him that would happen, and he was just, Peter in his arrogance and his self-pride said, there's no way that's going to happen. There's no way I would deny you. I'd die first. And most of you, I'm sure, know the story, but he did deny him 3 times, and then when he heard that rooster crow, he felt so bad that he went out and wept bitterly. And then, of course, later, Jesus restored him. And I think about Peter a lot, because we go through life and we have so many ups and downs and valleys, and one minute we're just on top of the mountain, we're living our life for Christ, and then next thing you know, something comes along that makes us take our focus off of Him, and then, you know, we're down in the pit, we've lost our focus, and I feel like I'm sinking, and then I remember, you know, Jesus is there, and I cry out, and He pulls me back out. And that's kind of the story. The Rooster Crows is the title of it.
God sent His Son Jesus to save this world from sin. On the cross He chose to leave us. 3 days He rose again. It's in my heart to serve Him. I struggle every day, but through His word He guides me, holds my hand along the way. Why am I so weak? Another chance I see. That rooster crows again, reminds me of my sin. You know I love you so why is it hard to show? Lord, I'm on my knees again. I see myself in Peter when Satan has crows are blue. Reminds me of my sin. You know I love you so. So why is it hard to show? Lord, I'm on my knees again.
Thank you.
We're going to do a two-part.
No, we skipped Restless Dream.
Oh, we did. Oh,
That's why I was confused.
no wonder. Oh,
I thought he had something different than I had up here, but I was ready to do it anyway.
that you are a noble. You're a noble. Well, those of you who played with me in different groups, you know, Roy and Gilly, they know that when we're doing playlists, sometimes I skip things. I do skip things.
And let me tell you something else, and he was up here with this sermon a minute ago. Before we came up here, Andy said, well, we got enough music maybe to last an hour, which I don't think we do at the rate we're going. But anyway, he said, that is unless Andy gets long-winded. So,
Sorry.
this from the guy who just preached the sermon.
I do a lot of this Pekin Valley stuff here.
You think you know people. Restless Dream, yes. Actually, the first part of this is an Irish G, anonymous G, but it's in the tradition. Thank you.
Now roll out of order, Andy.
Oh, yeah, well,
What's
we'll
next?
just put it right back in then. Okay, we're going to do another. I'll tell you what we'll do, just to give you a little bit of break on that. I'll go ahead and do my song here. All right, about here we go. Back in about 1975 or so, my brother Kim just about died in the hospital. Ulcerative colitis, and he had all kinds of stuff happen. He was about, at the time, he was about 18 years old. And he had a long, long period of recovery. Finally, he got, by wonder of prayer and miracle, he got over it. And finally, the day came when he was able to get out of that hospital, and we decided that we were going to take a trip west. And what we did was, I had an old 66 Volkswagen van with about $80 in our pocket. We pointed it west, and we thought we'd see what happens. And we ended up having a wonderful adventure going across the country. We had some relatives in California, and we thought we might make it as far as California, but when I was in a group called Covenant Players for about 2 years, I had the opportunity to spend some time in Texas and Oklahoma. And there was one place that was very special to me that I've been once. I remember it was a winter when it was about 50 degrees. We went down into the canyon to have a picnic, and by the time we got to Amarillo, it was a blizzard, and it got down about 2 degrees that night. But Paladuro Canyon is a place that was very special. So my brother and I, we pointed our van, and we ended up spending some time in this canyon. It's a very special place, and this is a song I wrote about 30 years ago. Place down in Texas in the plains of the north, where my brother and I made our camp by the stream. We rode through the brush with a breeze in our face. We climbed the red rocks where the skies held our dreams. Well, dreams can turn strange along with the days, and the trails that we once walked are rugged and worn. That stony old canyon has crafty old ways, and he's carved out a place where our best hopes are born. Whose is the voice that I hear in the wind blowing down through the brush and the trees? And the stars are shining bright in the big Texas night, and the pinon is sweet in the breeze. Paladuro, 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 your spirit still lives in my heart. A man makes his plan and he works out his time, and he climbs the long hills for a pocket of gold. Picks up a few pennies and he drops down a dime, till he comes to the place where he's busted no. But out on those plains where the red cuts the deep, I'll stay in my saddle and I'll hold to my track, till I come to the rim rock where all the trails meet. I'll spur on my pinto and never look back. Who is this voice that I hear in the wind blowing down through the brush and the glass? And the stars are shining bright in the big Texas night, and the last glow of daylight is past. Paladuro, 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 your spirit still lives in my heart. Paladuro, your spirit still lives in my heart. In my play another couple tunes for you here. And we're going to link together. And one of them is called Sunday Drive, and the other one's called Daybreak Sunday. And here they are. Thank you very much. And 80 Days is the name of this one.
This is a unique song. We were just, most of these songs we come up with just playing in the basement. And it's really been a lot of fun because we just get together and play in the basement. And like Andy said, I just get to playing around and I'd say, boy, Andy, this sounds like a really cool song. He said, well, that's a jig. I go, what's a jig? And then I play something else. He goes, well, that's a reel. And I knew, what's that? And so now I knew what jigs and reels were from hearing them on different CDs and albums, but I didn't really know why they were called what they were. So it was really interesting to be able to come up with these songs. But I got to tell you that Andy's just been really a great encouragement to me, because some of the songs that we've come up with, he has helped bring that out of me. And as I know many of you have, it's really neat that we're here playing tonight, and something that you had founded years ago, getting people together and playing music, because that's exactly how I started. This hammered dulcimer I just haven't had for very long. We had determined it's probably around 1999, maybe, I think, maybe 2000 is when I got it, so I've been playing about 5 years. But Andy and Gene just really got me to playing and learning more, and I just really appreciate them. And I just want to say thanks publicly for getting us involved, but as I all know that you have as well. It's just been a great time getting together and playing music with Andy, so it's really neat here to be here tonight. So.
You gotta count this one off.
Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do one that most all of the old-time musicians in this room have played from time to time. We're going to do Soldier's Joy. next tune, we've been doing a little bit of plagiarizing on, but we have enjoyed it so much. And we thank Mr. Pockel for giving us some inspiration. You know, folk music is hearing something you like and just kind of going with it the way you want to, right?
And then forgetting where you got it from.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes, that's true. But at any rate, this is a tune called June Bug. And we owe a little bit to Pockel on this. We'd like to do a hymn now. This is My Father's World. very much. We have really enjoyed being with you this
Hang on a minute.
Okay.
Preacher. Hold on just a second here. I'm the one that feels really lucky to get to play with these two guys because seriously, pick up that thing and show it to them. If you don't know what that is, look at all those strings there, okay? And
An industrial-sized cheese slasher.
he's had that thing seriously. We were trying to count back. I remember when his wife got it for him for Christmas 5 or 6 years ago. Not this one, but another one. But anyway, and look at what he does at 5 years. I told you I've been playing on this thing 30 years, and I've made more mistakes up here than any of them. So I'm the lucky one to get to be with him. And I just want to say thank you guys for that. And the other thing I want to do, let's do this one that we're getting ready to do. But then I want to go back and do Butterfly's Journey again. Okay? So we're going to end with the one we started with. So that's
Okay. All right.
I got a reason. I'll explain.
Okay. He's up to something. I don't know.
Yes, that's right. Let's see. How do we start?
I think we counted off, don't we?
Okay.
1, 2.
Wait.
No. Okay. Well, that would be disastrous.
Okay, now we're ready.
That reminds me of a story. I'll be brief. One time we got ready to play, we got ready to go, and I had a harmonica and I had it turned around backwards. And
No. We were playing in one key, and you know harmonicas are in different keys. He picked up the wrong harmonica. Okay, so we were playing in public, and the notes just weren't going at all. And he turned around and looked at me like.
and then I realized I had the wrong harmonica, so I got the right one, but then I had it backwards, and they still don't work that way.
And he looked at me again.
I thought, God, what little talent I've got is gone. So, I was like in shock. It was really embarrassing. But anyway, humbling. Let's put it that way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
big struggle with these songs is that, actually, that last two, the first one we wrote, Steve wrote, and then the second one is an old-time tune called Over the Waterfall. The first part of that was called Skin Both Knees. And our struggle is because our struggle is coming up with names with these songs. I mean, I don't know. We don't know what. It's just harder to come up with the words than it is to call them than it is the notes to play them. So that one was so fast when Steve wrote it, I said, Steve, you're going to cause me to fall and skin both knees. And so we call it Skin Both Knees.
But we spelled it skin both, B-O-F-F.
Yes.
Skin both.
This next one was one of the first ones Steve wrote that he and I started playing together about a year ago, I guess. But anyway, and I don't know, Steve comes up with these really beautiful names like Butterfly's Journey. And the first time I heard it, I thought, that sounds like a drunk on a bicycle to me. So anyway, Butterfly's Journey.
I didn't hear that.
Okay, so anyway, that's the name of it. It's Butterfly's Journey. It's not Drunk on a Bicycle. But I want to play it again because when we started it at the first of the little performance, I messed it up really bad. And I really don't want these folks to remember that. So we're going to go play it again.
You're branded forever.
That's right.
How much you selling your CDs? 14? Okay. Thank you all for coming out to Normandy Music Night. That one was a lot of fun. Just a great time. It was such a really neat company. Thanks for coming out. We'll have someone here again next month, of course. We've got Celeste Crayons next month. And no hamburgers except for next month. But anyway, we welcome you also on Sunday mornings if you don't have a church home and you'd like to visit with us. We'd love to have you at 9 a.m. check out their CD. We want to thank Andy Gay again for coming and joining us with our homecoming. It was a great show. Thank you, Andy and Steve and Gene, and thanks so much everybody for coming out tonight. And God bless you. It's good to see everybody. Take care.